Have you ever had a week that just cracked you open? Like life kept throwing things at you and you were just there trying not to fall. And finally, something inside you says, no, not this time. This time, I'm gonna speak up. This time, I'm gonna stand up for myself. That was me 2 weeks ago, honestly, and it was right before my 30th birthday. So I wanna do a little declaration episode where we both declare to each other something very important, okay? Something very empowering. By the end of this episode, we're gonna embrace our power. We are all magic and we're not hiding it anymore. So let me tell you what happened. 2 weeks ago, they were working on our roof. They're basically de-roofing and then installing a new roof. But it's good, like I'm glad they're doing all of that because this building is definitely falling apart. But while they were working, like we're right on the 3rd floor, so it's right above us and there's this much space between us and them, and we're literally shaking as they're doing this construction. So we obviously shouldn't have been in the house. We should have been provided a hotel room, especially during the de-roofing process. So what happened is there's this glass on the ceiling fan and that fell because of the impact. Like the level of shaking was vibrating the walls. It almost felt like an earthquake, and this kept going on from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and it's still going on, by the way. We still vibrate a little bit here and there because of the construction above. And we both work from home in this household. So we were on calls, we were in meetings with clients. Our dog was there and she's very anxious and she's already like hearing a lot and she thinks the entire apartment is gonna fall onto us, which I told myself too. I literally woke up and told my boyfriend, like, I think we're gonna die under this apartment, under the roof. So I quickly ran to the leasing office to report this, and their reaction was so casual. The girl at the office was like, oh, your glass broke? Oh. I was like, what if I was near it? What if my dog was near it? Like, we could have been seriously injured. I basically started to email the person in charge of this construction. Everything I'm saying about danger, like the fact that we might have been hurt and this type of construction shouldn't have been going on when we are right at home. Like, we should have been provided maybe a coffee shop, like reimbursement of something so we can go outside to work or something. And the reply was, well, we did warn you about the noise. And I felt so gaslit because I'm over there talking about the fact that there's still no glass on top of the fan, by the way. Like, they didn't put it back because they were like, it might fall again. So there's still danger. But this woman kept saying, it's about the noise, as if I'm complaining about the noise. And it felt terrible. I kept thinking, I'm gonna stop emailing this person. I'm gonna stop, like, whatever. But I checked my rights online because I have no idea about these stuff. So apparently this is about safety, structural damage, and habitability. They told us to secure our items better, as if I'm supposed to secure the ceiling fan. Like, how am I gonna do that? I was like, I want to let this go. And they wanted me to let this go. They really wanted that because they know they're in the wrong. So I almost said whatever. I almost said, like, it's not worth my time. But then I realized it's because I've been taught to stay small, to keep the peace, to avoid conflict. And I'm sure our entire generation of millennials have been taught this. It's always like, don't cause any issues, don't cause any problems, be okay with whatever. They were really training us to suck up to these corporations, not gonna lie. And my building complex is definitely a big corporation, by the way. So this time I didn't stay silent. I documented everything. I looked up my rights. I stood up for myself, even though my voice was shaking and I was always like overthinking everything and I was like really scared. But I tried to remember that I've been silenced before so many times and I am no longer doing this. Have you had this enlightenment before? For me, 30 really hit me in that sense. And while all of this was happening, I started to notice something else in the midst of the chaos, the emotional side of the entire thing. So I realized that there are people in my life that I love deeply, people I will support without hesitation. Like anything they need, I am there. They can stay in my house forever. Like I don't mind. Like I'm that type of a friend, right? I'm like, I'm here for you. Whatever you need, I will take care of you. But when I need someone, it's not the other way around for a lot of people around me, especially if in Los Angeles, if you're an artist in Los Angeles, because I know I started this channel when I was talking about being a screenwriter in LA, being a filmmaker in LA, so some of my followers might still be from that era. It's just like that. When you need something, it's silence. People don't care. They're like, you go figure it out. You know, or you receive this empty surface level kind of response. And I really had to sit with that during these times. I really had to sit with the fact that, oh, I'm alone going through something like this where I have to stand up for myself. And it was very overwhelming. So it made me realize, which was a very hard realization, not gonna lie, I have surrounded myself with people that I love, but they don't support me the same way I would, the same way I do. Like in previous episodes, I'm sure we talked about how we try to build businesses, we post online and things like that. And even though if our friends posted online or started a business, we would support them, we don't get the same energy back at all. They act like we're not even doing anything, right? Like you don't get likes, you don't like comments, you don't leave comments. It's a whole thing. I don't know if you're experiencing this, but it's pretty weird how everyone goes silent when you try to do something. But when they try to do something, like I remember one of my friends had like 2 followers and she was trying to do something. And I was like literally there commenting, liking, saving, sharing, announcing that my friend was doing something like this because that's how I am. So I don't know, like maybe you felt that too, because these past, like in March, it was, you know, solar eclipse going on in Aries, and I'm in Aries. So that was, there were some big realizations there. Let me know if you feel this too, like you're the strong one, you're always there for people, but nobody ever checks in on you. Nobody ever like cares about how you feel, what you think. Although, let me correct that, because even though 2 weeks ago I felt this way, I then met with my friends like very recently and I realized, no, they are there for me. They're just going through it. So there is that as well. You know, not everybody is like evil or anything. But my final conclusion for this enlightenment was I'm gonna stop giving my magic to people who don't deserve it, because I feel like my magic is definitely motivating people. When someone needs something, I turn into motivational speaker times 2. Something possesses me and I'm like, you got this, like you're gonna do this. I even take personal stuff from them and I will make it into something that really like enlightens them into believing in themselves. And also I show people their power. That's my magic. But I'm realizing slowly that some people don't deserve it, or some people don't deserve it every day. Like I shouldn't be giving my energy to everybody all the time. And I feel like this is what turning 30 feels like. Maybe, I don't know. But there was a version of me who wouldn't have sent that email to that big corporation about the light cover falling and breaking. There was a version of me who wouldn't speak up, right? I would have literally just cleaned the glass. I would have kept working. I would have swallowed the frustration and I would have tried not to care. But not anymore, because turning 30 feels like you're choosing yourself out loud. I've spent years asking for permission to speak, permission to shine, permission to take up space. And this year, I basically realized that there's no one coming to give me that permission. There's no one coming to save me, which is how like we started this Upgrade podcast. So no one is gonna give you permission. You have to give it to yourself. That's the biggest lesson. You shouldn't be dimming your light for anybody. If someone doesn't belong in your life, they just gotta go. You shouldn't do anything to please them, because why should you? Why are you giving a piece of you to everybody? And I'm not just talking to you, obviously I'm talking with myself. Like I've given so much to a lot of people, and now it's definitely time to physically take that energy back, because like we're surrounded by energy. It's no secret anymore. And when you close your eyes and when you meditate, you definitely feel how, wow, like my energy is coming back to me. I feel it. And with some mantras, you can really take your energy back and take your power back. So I want you to say this. This is a bit like a magical twist to it, but let's do it. I am magic. You are magic. We're not meant to shrink into safety. We're not here to just survive. We are here to radiate, speak, create, exist loudly and fully. Really embrace that mantra for me, please, and start existing in a way that feels right for you. If you want to speak up about something, go do it. Nobody is gonna, they might make you feel small, but you know you are not. And go do the things that you love. Life is short. Life is too short to try and appease everybody and please everybody. You are not too much for this world. I want you to understand that, because that's something I've struggled with a lot too. Like, I'm too much. I have to dim my light. I have to be put in a box. But you don't belong in boxes. Literally nobody does. We just try to put ourselves into boxes. We're all so unique, and it's all about embracing that. So if you're going through something, if you're feeling unseen, unsupported, or like your light has dimmed by life or by people around you, this is your reminder that you're allowed to speak up, you're allowed to take space, you're allowed to ask for more, and you're allowed to have rights, and you're allowed to ask for exactly what you need. And if you're not getting that, you're allowed to walk away. If you are realizing that you're outgrowing relationships, outgrowing partnerships or business partners, friendships, outgrowing people and places, my previous episode is all about that. If you need the empowerment to walk away from something, or if you need the empowerment to detach slowly from something, from a situation that you can't yet physically leave, that episode is for you. And I want to end this episode on the reminder that you are whole, you are worthy, and you are expansive. You're always growing, and that's okay. And you are full of light, full of magic. You are here to do something, and you might not know it yet, but you have your people out there. You have a place out there. Go and find it. And if you thought that you found your place and found your people, and now you're maybe 5-6 years later, you're outgrowing that, that's okay too. We are meant to outgrow things. We're not meant to stay strictly like in one path. We can't expect ourselves to stay small. That's definitely not something I'm gonna do anymore, and I really recommend you stop doing that. Thank you for being here with me for this episode. If you like this and if you know someone who will benefit from this, definitely share it. I really appreciate you. Make sure to like the episode, and if you're listening on Spotify, please download the episode, rate it for me. It really helps me a lot, and I'll see you next Sunday.